Well, the story is I'm Asian, so you had to be a doctor or an engineer. Attorney's consolation prize.
Okay.
And so I went the bio route, and I took bio, and then I got to OChem, and I said, nope, not doing this anymore. Changed my majors, had to take an extra couple of years, and then I watched an episode of Judge Jude, and I said, that's interesting. I want to do that.
That's fantastic. So I didn't get into law, but it intrigues me because I feel like that's a degree that actually helps solve major problems. What study of law are you doing?
So I'm a civil litigator, and I like that you brought up the issue of solving problems because all I am is a professional problem solver.
I like that. I am too. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Solve problems. I'm pretty sure that's how you met Miss Vicky. Now, how do you all connect? How did you get to know each other? How did y'all connect?
Well, I met Vicky because our loan officer, his wife is actually a broker, and Vicky was working for her at the time, and so Vicky ended up being my real estate agent.
So we met back in the day.
Yeah.
I bought your first house.
Yeah, you did.
And now you have two beautiful children and your beautiful wife.
Absolutely.
Yeah, are you happy?
Oh, I have to say
You
yes.
better say yes. Yes, he is extremely happy.
I am so happy. Look
No, I
at
mean
me.
with the purchase and everything. Okay, of course, you with the family.
Of course, yes. I have a beautiful
Vicky
wife,
is trying to get you moved out.
2 wonderful children, no regrets whatsoever.
I mean, they are moving up. They're gonna purchase the second one, a bigger one, because now he's a partner of a firm. We met like back in the day, right? When you just graduated.
I did.
See,
yeah.
it took us this long, right? And that's what I was always talking about, like people and relationship, right, Jay? Like, I mean, when we build a good relationship, it lasts. It lasts
It
for a
does.
long time.
Forever.
And
Yeah.
then also another cool thing about what I heard about that is that she saw your family. You have 2 little chicken nuggets now, right? How old are they?
One's a chicken tender now.
Okay.
She's my daughter is 3 years old, and
Oh, that's
my
fantastic.
son is 8 months old.
Oh, you got a baby.
Yeah, nugget and a tender.
That's cool, man. When the beauty of this, and I kind of tear up because kids grow so fast, right? Now, the difference between the first one and the second one, I know you're like, oh, baby, but then the boy, it's like throwing them up and stuff like that.
Well, the story with that is my daughter was an absolute angel. She was the easiest baby in the world. It made us think that we were awesome parents. Turns out, no, she's just an easy baby.
Yeah.
Because my son, that's another thing altogether. He's a wonderful, happy, smiling baby till the moment you put him down that cradle, and he's just a devil. He just starts crying literally the second you put him down, and he cries like he's about to die.
Yeah, that's funny. So now let's back up. Where exactly are you from?
I was born in Vietnam. I came here as an immigrant, escaping communism. And so we came here on a boat. We were literally fobs. And so my dad was put in a work camp when he was coming over here. He was in prison for a year and a half. And, my parents just tell us stories, because I was too small to remember, about how they were dodging, patrols, trying to hide under the boat. And we made it here with nothing but the shirts on our backs.
Wow, man. Have you been back?
I have. It's a different industry, a different country than it used to be. It's much more industrialized now and a little bit more modern. And the only downside is that it's not as cheap as it used to be.
Vicky was telling me something about that, about investing in that area. She was saying basically like there's opportunity there to invest because it's starting to get industrialized and there's a lot of revenue going through Vietnam.
It is true. It's a very, very lucrative investment opportunity. There's one downside, is the government.
Yes.
And so at any moment, if the government decides they don't like you, they can take it all away. Because when you invest in Vietnam, you don't own any of the land or the properties. You are essentially locked into a very long-term lease.
Wow, I did not know that.
It's communist.
So
you can't own.
Okay, so if we want to expand to Vietnam, so that's my goal, right? So how does that work long term? Because right now we try to expand here and to Vietnam, building a team there, going back and forth. We want to help like us in the community.
Yes.
We come from Vietnam. We try to help people come from Vietnam here, buy real estate here, invest here, get them through legal process, right? What's the difference between Vietnam and here, right?
It's huge.
And then,
yeah.
It's a big difference, obviously, because of the anytime you have a dictatorship, there's very, very, very strict rules in regard to uh, acquisition of government property and things of that nature. So there's probably opportunity over there, but you would definitely have to have to have somebody
Compliance.
that's thoroughly immersed in the culture there.
Well, first of all, you can't. None of us can own property in Vietnam because you have to be a citizen.
Okay.
So you can't even start unless you have a connection there.
Okay.
And so, in order to own property, you have to be a Vietnamese citizen. And even then, you don't really, again, you don't own the property. You get a long-term lease to use the property. And that is because the government owns all property in Vietnam.
See, you learn something every day on the Winning Podcast. And what's unique about that scenario is that there's probably a lot of Vietnamese families that don't know that. And that's why it's extremely important to diversify outside of those countries.
Yep.
Right. So now I do have a couple of other questions for you. So now you were small. Any siblings?
I am the oldest of three.
Okay. And what do they do?
So we have the golden trifecta. My little sister is a doctor, and she's doing her residency at UCSD. And my brother.
She picked the wrong one.
I know. She was the golden child.
I'm at USC right now getting a doctorate.
Oh, got it. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And then my brother's an engineer at Sharp.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you have the engineer, the lawyer. Now, which one believes that they're the best, the golden child?
There's no belief. It's just my sister.
I thought you were going to say
No. I was just the first.
That's awesome. So now you are a young man. Did you grow up in San Diego, or where did you?
I did. I grew up with not very much. So we were kind of poor growing up. So I grew up on Market Street. We grew up in the apartments there. I remember seeing, people kind of like in the parking lot, there's needles here and there. And so I kind of a little bit from the streets.
You know what? And the reason why I like that is because never judge a book by its cover, right? People see the diamond, but they don't see the process that it took for you to become an attorney, especially coming from there. And I'm pretty sure that mom and dad are proud. Hopefully you all will be able to watch this. But it's pretty cool to see the progression of being an immigrant coming to the United States and then leveraging the opportunity here. So now you go to school, okay? You went undergrad where?
National University.
National University, okay, our alma mater. Now you graduated from National and then you went to law school, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then what was the hardest part about law school?
So I do run another initiative. I'm on the board for 4 nonprofits. And one of them has a community health initiative, and it's focused around mental health. The hardest thing was, so I do have ADHD, and it's a late diagnosed ADHD. I just remember, my first year I was struggling, and my counselor just recommended offhand, hey, you should go get checked out. I did. I got treated. I got medicated. And I remember gearing up to tell my parents about it. Mm-hmm. I didn't do that well in undergraduate, actually. So like sub 3.0 GPA. And it was like coming out of the closet. And I just looked at my parents. We were walking down Ralph, and I said, hey, the reason why I've turned my life around is because I got treated for ADHD. And my mom and dad looked at me and said, oh, we know. I go, what do you mean you know? And it's because I had been treated as a child, but my mom did not want to put me on meds. She didn't want me to get any treatment because of the stigma around ADHD.
I'm getting goosebumps right now. I'm going to do this real time. You're not going to believe this.
Yeah.
Okay. So look, you see the goosebumps?
Oh my goodness.
All right. The reason why, let me see if I'm going to call my mama right now. Watch this. Let's see if she'll answer the phone. Hopefully she will.
Oh,
Mom,
do you have the same?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The exact same thing.
Wow. We are.
So people usually. Oh, okay.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm live on a show now. Don't say nothing crazy. Like now, did I have ADHD? Did they try to give me medication for ADD?
Yeah.
Oh
and then what did you tell them? and my mother, the reason why I was able to join the Marine Corps is because she did not put me on medication. She didn't turn in my
And you
paperwork.
guys are extraordinary now.
Yes.
It's so hard for me to say that word, but yeah.
It's in my medical
You
record.
guys are
Now,
successful.
was I a good kid? I was the best kid.
Mama
What do you mean,
said
hell
no.
no? Mom, I was a straight A student, wasn't I?
Hell no.
Oh,
Oh, Lord, what fairy tale are you telling them people?
I love you, Mama. You're so honest.
I love you, Mom. I'll call you back later. All right, bye-bye. Man.
Oh,
see,
yeah, cut her off before she spills the beans.
Yes. The reason why I wanted to do that is because it doesn't matter. Stigma. The reason why I say that is because we draw a parallel.
Yeah.
Where people underestimate people because of their what something that you may have that you have no control over. But it's the actual opposite. The reason why I am a successful entrepreneur is because I don't allow things to prevent me from wanting to become who I am.
I agree.
And
Right?
you want to help
That's
people.
crazy that
And you want to help
and I want to help people.
Yeah, you're in control of your destiny.
That's 100%. So now I got a new Vietnamese brother here.
Absolutely. We're about to go and be best. Did we just become best friends?
I think we did, right? So my mother did the exact same thing. So in school, I was having an issue with focusing.
Yep.
Right? And I was fidgeting, getting up. And what they were doing in the schoolhouse is they were putting people in the back of the classroom to document my stuff, what I was doing. So, and I didn't know they were there.
Interesting.
And they were building a case to put me on medication or to get me out of the school. And systems in the American school system is designed to put a Band-Aid versus actually adjusting the education to the kid that has challenges.
And solving the core root of the issue. Yeah.
That's correct, man. So, you learned something new today about
I'm
me.
learning something new.
Yeah.
I was one of those good students in Vietnam, so I didn't know. But, I come here, I started over. I had to, learn English. I had some of my own challenges as an immigrant,
Of course.
So sometimes when I speak to GE or, other, most of the time I communicate in Vietnamese,
Yes.
Yeah.
We do speak fluently. And so, we speak in Vietnamese because that's her native tongue. And it's easier and smoother to communicate that way.
Okay. So now you graduated from law school. Where did you work first?
So I was supposed to work for the city attorneys, and then COVID happened, and they had a hiring freeze. And I remember at one point the city, they wanted me to work as a volunteer attorney for 6 months for no pay. And I said, I'm sorry. So I moved over to a class action employment firm. And I had a lot of choices, but I felt like I jumped in bed with the first firm that would have me. And that's kind of where I started out. It was okay. There wasn't a lot of flexibility, and I couldn't bring in my own clients. But then, after a while, I started to bring in, clients here and there. I was doing pretty well. And they wouldn't let me advance because they didn't have the funds to do so.
Okay.
And so, at 6 months, I wanted an interview or I wanted a review, and they just kind of blew it off. And so I started looking every other places. I got 3 offers, and I took the firm that gave me the most flexibility and freedom. And then I just remember going to that firm. It was great. The pay was much higher. And then I just hit the ground running, man. It started with 1 client that turned into 5, that turned into 20 by the 4th month. And I just remember the partner just said, you know what, Tree, just go handle the client. It's fine. You don't need my sign off.
Yeah.
And then over the course of 2.5 years, I brought in over 300 clients.
Wow. That's fantastic, right? So now you are the rock star. You're bringing in the revenue for the business. In the law industry, is there anything that you remember that was a major challenge for you when you first started getting started outside of COVID and not getting paid in the beginning?
So as far as challenges, there's a lot, because when you're a new attorney, nobody knows who you are, and people are taking chances on you. And the way attorneys work, you just get thrown in the fire. You're going to mess up, you're going to stumble, you're going to fall, and you're not going to get paid very much to do so.
Sounds like real estate. That's That sounds
Very
just like
much
what we
like
do.
that, yeah.
So we have a lot of things in common.
We do. Yeah, we all struggled, fall, and hit our head and didn't get paid for it.
Now I know that you have some business ventures with Vicky. She was telling me that you are about to buy another property. What has real estate done for you? What was it like getting this
That's
first
what
property?
I just came up with in this podcast because now he's a successful managing partner, right? So
Yes.
we're gonna help him into that wealth path that we always teach about, right? It's not just you stop there. It's his lifestyle and then wealth generation for his kids. Right now he's also doing a lot of. I think he has a lot of clients who into. I think building commercial as well, and that's the route that we're going. So I think we're very aligned in the long-term goals while building for the next generation or more generation to come and things like that. So yeah, that's what I just came up with in this podcast.
Yeah. And what's interesting about this genre of business? Doctors, lawyers, they don't running a firm is one thing. But actually having the business acumen to get the passive income with the revenue, right? Especially if it's a W-2 job or if it's a 1099 job. If you don't have those pieces in place to lower your taxable income, like real estate or hiring your kids in your business to market, right? These are little things that we do also here is we educate firms and things like that on alternative investments like real estate or hiring their kids in their business or building out their social media stuff. That's kind of like how that's a bolt on to our company that we created that has expanded into something big.
Yeah. And the thing that we share too is we're a service-based business.
Yes.
Meaning your talent, your education, your acumen, those are the valuable assets that you possess. And so you take that everywhere with you. And because of that, it's valuable to invest in yourself. And then using that, you can then diversify into other assets that generate more wealth. And in this case, you want to have several streams of revenue. You want to have your main business. That's where you get your core. But then you build the wealth through real estate and through real property.
And then now, so how did you feel when you achieved the promotion of partner in your firm?
Disbelief. It was happening. I was ecstatic, and it gave me the flexibility and the freedom to do what I really want to do, which is I do a lot of business development now, and I get to go around to galas and events and schmooze people that are much richer than I am.
Yes.
But I also do good for the community. So like I said earlier, I'm on 4 nonprofit boards, and because of my history, I have this run-in with mental health. I received a grant from Standing Foundation, $65,000.
That's fantastic.
To do mental health workshops. And a part of that grant, I get to give out $16,000 in scholarships. So if you are between the ages of 15 to 24, I have $16,000 to give you towards your school, towards your education.
Wow.
All you have to do is help and participate with the workshop.
When you're successful, you can serve bigger, right?
Yes.
You can do more for the community, give back more. Now he offering people money.
I am. On a platter.
That is a big thing, and I feel like I'm going to go to that workshop so I can get a scholarship. All right, I'm gonna be there.
You're between that age range. I mean, you're about 20, 26, right?
Yes.
You need to teach those people to build wealth.
Yes.
Come on, Tony. You're the master of it. You know
Yes.
how to build wealth from one unit to thousands of units. And then that's what I want to ask you too, Jade. So if people on the way to build wealth, right, we were always talking about having like the trust, the
Yes.
corporation, and all these things. That's your firm do, and you do, right?
Yes.
So Tony, can you talk a little bit more about how that wealth building strategy that we
Sure.
always teach people that will match into, how we should use an attorney in that process?
Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you, if you want to go to jail and be named Tasty Cakes, all right, don't use an attorney to get these things done.
Right.
Typically, a lot of people are looking at the cost versus the value of doing these things correctly, right? There's a lot of little workshops where people are telling you all to do things without the professionals. I've always been told that there's a couple of people that you want when you're doing some stuff, right? You want a professional working on your teeth, right?
Yeah.
Then you want a professional working on your taxes and your corporate structure setup. So, it is a invaluable tool to make sure that you utilize those people to set those things up. But I want to back up on something that you were saying about the community outreach. I believe that's why you're successful,
Yes.
because of how much you give. I think the measure of any successful business person is how many people that they help, not how much money that they can make. The money is a result of what you do for people.
It's a currency. A lot of
Yes.
people think it's something else, but it's just a currency that you trade for what you receive the value for.
That's
So,
correct. Now, what made you pick these nonprofits to serve on, with the exception of the mental health support? I know that you were saying that you were a superhero like me, when you were young, right?
You guys need some cake?
Right. But what made you pick these nonprofit that led to you being able to get the scholarships?
Well, so the first nonprofit I selected was the Vietnamese-American Youth Alliance, and we run the largest Vietnamese cultural festival in San Diego.
I was Miss Vietnam San Diego 2014.
And Vicky was one of our contestants at our Miss Vietnam
Yeah.
San Diego pageant.
That's fantastic.
And
Because we want to help the kids, they build more confidence, of how they represent. It's not about just the competition. A lot of people think, like pageant is a competition. It's not really. Yeah. Well, especially for San Diego.
it's a leadership course. And what we have our Miss Vietnam girls do and our Royal Court do after they earn their title is they have to keep it by doing at least one nonprofit initiative.
Yes. And I did the charity for kids. I raised fundraising for kids without parents.
And so we teach them the value of being a leader and then giving back to the community. And because VIA does so much, it's also a way to maintain our history, our culture, and to not forget where we came from. And so that's why I selected VIA, because they have the most reach to be able to make the biggest impact. The second nonprofit I selected is the Escondido Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And that's a business-oriented nonprofit, which means I get to go and help all my businesses in the local area. And I get to help them grow. I need to help them be successful, and I proactively help them. We do a lot of targeted events. So one of the fun events we do is Pokemon trade nights. If you're familiar with how big Pokemon cards are,
Oh, yeah.
it's massive right now, and I know the trends. So we went and started approaching some of our businesses like L&L Barbecue, and I go, what's your slowest night? Tuesday? Great. Let me host a Pokemon trade night and bring 50 to 100 people on your slowest night. And it's been massively successful.
That's fantastic.
And he can raise a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Because then what that does is that it allows, for one, it's bringing commerce to that small business that might have a slow night. So, but then also it's a good networking event for other people that are in the community to come together. So that's pretty cool. Now, I do have a couple of other questions for you. What advice would you give an attorney that is coming into business that could set them apart from anyone else? What advice would you give someone just getting into law, right? They just got their law degree. What's the number one thing that you would tell them to get to the 300 plus clients?
Be humble, be dedicated. Because when I first started, the thing that set me apart was I was willing to put in all the hours that was needed, and I didn't really have much of an expectation. I took the salary that I was given, and I said, I will make it work, and I will prove my worth. And by doing that, they will naturally want to increase my salary. Because if they don't, I'm going somewhere else that will. And that's the biggest thing that I would caution other attorneys to is don't look at the numbers in the beginning, because where's your value coming from?
Right.
You're a new attorney. You don't know anything about the law. You've never been in court. And so nobody is going to see any value. And coming in, you don't understand your own value yet. Until you've made it, until you've slipped, you fall, just like any realtor.
Yeah.
When you first start, you don't have a market, you're going to screw up.
Yes, 100%. That's very good advice. The reason why people won't pay you is because you don't know how to present your value.
Yeah.
Once you become more valuable, then and you understand what your value is, then you can negotiate value. So, get the information, learn the process, and then get some experience under your belt is essentially what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay. And then
can I cut you real quick?
Sure.
So I was talking to another one the other day when they was thinking of joining real estate. So I also say, first of all, do not focus on your fee or what in the real estate they call commission.
That's
right?
correct. Yeah.
And then 100% of $0 is $0.
Yep.
Even if you go with 100% brokerage, you still get $0 if you don't have a mentors, you don't have clients, you don't have anything, you don't have experience. So is that same thing in law, right?
Absolutely.
Are you mentoring some younger?
I do. My law school, California Western, asked me to come back and be a speaker at least 4 times a year.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah.
So for incoming prospective students, and then there's a mentorship program where every few months they will pair me with a mentee. And so I'll meet with them and I'll talk to them about my rise to where I got. And I give them guidance and advice. I mentor students from SDSU. I mentor the, Miss Vietnam pageant girls who come out and they're expected to do this nonprofit initiative. 0 connections, 0, networks. How are they supposed to do it? Well, we help guide the future generation.
Mm-hmm. The most noteworthy piece that I hear from both of you all that I resonate with is service.
Yeah.
Right? People over profit. That's something that I say all the time. If you take care of the people, the profit will come.
Absolutely.
And I love that about Vicky, because she came in here like a wrecking ball. She's like, where do I go? What am I supposed to do?
What do I do?
But one thing that I do like about, she's utilizing the resources. She's getting in front of more people. She's bringing people like you here to where we become friends. And I think that's where there's growth, where you want to highlight people that are doing special things, the unknown heroes out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's extremely important to recognize those people. And if you're listening here, if you're looking to get into law, make sure you follow us. If you're looking to get into real estate, Vicky is hiring. Okay, she's looking for some agents that are out there just like you. And then if you are a inspiring person that you're looking for scholarship opportunities and things of that nature, reach out to us and we'll be able to connect you with our team members here. Now, how did you meet your lovely wife?
Well, it was through family connections.
Okay.
So I went to one of the family events, and at the time I was just starting out in law school, and I was too busy really to worry about the dating scene. And so I ran into her, and she was over in Boston. And so we kind of hit it off. And to be honest, I'm very cool off. And so I don't get really, excited about chasing after somebody. She did a lot of chasing.
Oh, really?
But when I contacted Jay, I contacted his wife first, being very, I would be very respectful. I'm not gonna go, Jay, this and that texting, I would text his wife, for the connection. Yeah.
And so, she set herself apart because she was so, enthusiastic about it. So I ended up flying over to Boston, and we made the decision because she's an immigrant. She came over here on a green card, and that was through our marriage. And so from there, it was just, that's how the story goes. We just hit it off, and we got married. 2 kids later, here we are in a beautiful house that Vicky helped us get.
That's fantastic.
Oh my God.
And then, so I do have another question. Vicky, where do you see this relationship going, your business relationship growing with my brother right here? What do you feel that relationship growing into? Because I know that you said that he's connected with some nonprofits and things of that nature. What do you see that progressing?
I think we're still part of Vaya, right? So, I also helped coach this girl back in the day when I was not mom yet, was not busy, these pageant girls, and then part of Vaya, Vietnamese Youth Alliance community. So we want to bring in the culture, and
I'm dragging her back.
and now he's bringing me back. And then also, we're in our wealth building classes, master class, and then for our clients, they need a professional attorney. Us at Real Estate, we can give them advice and then professional negotiation and the location and where we can do. That's our role at a real estate professional. or wealth generation builder. But when it comes to law, we don't want to give out legal advice, right? I mean, I don't want to say, oh, this is how you should hold title. A lot of agents do, but I don't. I'll like, okay, maybe you can talk to attorneys, and should you set up a trust? And what is that picture that you try to build in the long term? You want to set up corporation, anything like that? Anything that come to legal advice, I would refer to them to talk to with professional. They licensed to be realtors for some reason, and J is licensed to be an attorney for some reason. So we cannot wear so many hats. Just like we don't try to be a doctor and cut up things. I'm terrible in my biology class. When you see me cut up the front, it's terrible. Okay? But when it comes into negotiation and what best for my clients to get a good deal, I know what to do. How to protect their best interest, I know what to do. And how to help them to build the wealth in the long run and get them connected to the right team for their loans, for their attorneys and things like that. That's what Jake's gonna come in, right? You're gonna be in that picture of the clients from owning a house to owning corporation to do something bigger.
Yeah. So Vicky picked up a good point, which is the smartest people will know where their lane is, and they will stick to their lane and won't transition over unless they've built up enough expertise to do so. And it's the same reason why, I am a real estate attorney. But if you were to come to me and say, hey, Tree, which house should I buy? I'd go,
but I know someone.
Exactly. I will go talk to this wonderful realtor because she knows the market. You guys are market experts. You know how much a house should sell for. You know how much they cost. You know how to prep a house. You know how to make it marketable. Whereas if you go to me and ask me any of those questions, I'd say, well, good luck, because I'd rather one of the experts handle it. When you come to me, it's because there's either a problem or it's a complicated situation. There's a lot of paperwork that needs to be done that's unique. And if you need push and hard negotiation because someone's not budging, well, I negotiate with some of the biggest attorneys and law firms in San Diego and throughout California. So I know how to push and negotiate when it comes to a heated dispute. But as far as finding the right place for you, finding the right house, knowing what the right price is, those are best left to the experts, which are the realtors and the brokers.
I would agree. I'd agree to that. And now, what is the next big project that you're working on? And any closing remarks?
So besides the mental health initiative, I am actually gearing up to purchase a commercial property for our firm because right now we rent. And so,
Tony, we got a project to work on.
We're going to put it together.
There you go. So,
the whole firm. See, now we have a big project to work on. Our audience, it's not like every day we're doing nothing, okay? If we have a lot of things to do every day,
And you know what I want to talk about? Now, here's a question that I have for you all. Do you want to see when he's ready to get into that process? I think that we should film it.
Sure.
It should be a series,
yes,
I think.
Sure.
Right? From negotiating and things of that nature to possibly getting the keys and cutting the ribbon, right? I think we need to bring that to the YouTube so you can see an attorney listen, if you're American and you're getting your ass kicked by an immigrant, you're not working hard enough, okay?
Yes.
I just want to let you know that. So I love that, set your goals big, right? So, So working on the buying the firm, okay? I wanted you to wrap that up. What is the best way for people to reach out to you to utilize your services?
So if you want to check out our website, that's www.sdlegal.law. If you want to reach out to me or our firm, it's going to be 760-781-3464. Again, it's 760-781-3464. Check us out and give us a call. I will make time for you if you tell me that you heard about me from this interview.
Indeed. I love it, man. And then, Vicky, any big projects or any closing remarks that you have you want to let people know?
Right now?
Yes.
Just like, we're expanding the team and we're expanding in the community. We're making more impact. We go big, we serve big. And then we also have a lot of people in the veterans and spouse that we need to serve, right? I mean, how many vets you said?
18,000. We're getting, right now we're getting around 1,500 veterans a month that are coming into our community. But guess what? Vicky is also looking for a few good real estate professionals to assist her in supporting the Vietnamese community and the veteran community. So we're growing our team. So you don't have to be a real estate professional. My brother right here, he's a new faculty member here at our vertically integrated company. And I want to say it's a pleasure to meet you and thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, brother.
And Vicky, what's the best way to reach you?
Me, Facebook DM. My Facebook is Vicky Ngafam, Ngapham. Or you can reach me on my phone number 858-888-1800. Or what's office phone number?
760-940-6310. And you can reach me at TonyGlennII.com. 2 N's, 2 I's. I'm not Italian, okay? It's not Tony Glenny, okay? It's Glenn II. That means the second. Or you can text LEARN if you want to learn how to get into anything with Vicky or my brother right here, okay? 760-573-2731. You're going to text the word LEARN, and I'll make sure that if you can't get them through the podcast, if you don't remember the number, just text LEARN, and I'll make sure that they are able to get a hold of you. I appreciate you guys for coming to the show, and we'll see you guys next time with another winner on the show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jay.